Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the gym. Happy Friday. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day. Enjoying Scarlet and Violet. For those of you workers out there who stayed up late last night playing the game at its midnight release like I did, and now are operating on not quite enough sleep, I feel you. As you can see, we are getting a little bit of a late start ourselves, which is a perk of being a streamer. Yeah, I can kind of just do that. But props to all of you brave soldiers out there who are not so lucky and had to show up to work early this morning after staying up late last night. I started the game. I'm having fun with it so far. This seems dope. I picked spaghetti. Yeah, I ended up going with spaghetti. Natalie went with fuecoco. Yeah, and we're gonna see how it goes. Did I get to the school? No. I probably made it like 30, 40 minutes before I started falling asleep in front of the TV. It was impossible for me to, I'm almost 34 years old, man. I don't have what it takes to stay up that late anymore. It got to be like 2 a.m. and I was just asleep on the couch, drooling, looking like a fool. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm excited for it. It looks fun. It looks a lot of fun so far, and I'm having fun with it. You know, my expectations for mainline Pokemon series games are very, very contained. You know, I don't have these like big lofty expectations of Pokemon games. We've been seeing Pokemon games released every year or two for the last 25 years. I have a very reasonable expectation of where I expect this game to be. Maybe just slightly better than Sword and Shield, right? If it's just slightly better than Sword and Shield, then that's great. So far, it seems to be hitting that mark, so I'm chill with it. Yes. I know, Dominic, I hear that for sure. It seems better than Sword and Shield. It does seem a lot better than Sword and Shield. I am feeling fully engaged by the game so far. Minor spoiler warning. Like I said, I'm only 30 minutes in, so there's a cutscene where you like fall off a cliff, and you fall off a cliff. You should eat it. And then like you're about to eat it, and then you like whip out your phone and use it as a parachute. And that scene specifically, I did not like that at all. Yeah, that scene, I didn't like that. Thank you, Merkowitz and Aaron, for those subs. I appreciate you, and thank you guys for the subs to get the stream kicked off as well. Appreciate you, Aaron, those 41 months. It's fun going and getting the game with you last night. Merkowitz, the 21 months. Shubhand with the 28 months, and Slade with the 24 months. Charles with the 26 months. Thank you guys all so much. But that scene isn't meant for me. That's fine. I'm willing to accept that scene. Maybe that's for the kids. Maybe the kids all believe that their phones can be parachutes. That's fine. Me, you fall off a cliff, you should eat it. I think one of my issues with it is that it didn't even look Like, it looks like you were going to eat it, and then the Rotom came out at the last second, and it didn't look convincing to me. You know? I was like, what the heck? Like, at least if the Rotom's going to save you, at least let him, like, kind of slowly glide you down or something, you know? Instead, it was like, oh, he's going to eat it. And then Rotom all of a sudden, like, bro, come on. Like, you just got that phone. You did not know that phone. You did not know that phone was going to, like, you just got that phone. And then you're falling off a cliff and you're like, this phone has magical powers. I can fly. Like, what? You can't fly with a phone? Anyways, that's fine. I'm willing to forgive that, though. Okay. I'm willing to look past that, as I am having fun with the rest of the game. I am having fun. So, anyways, I got to play in our second Gym Leader Challenge League nights at Full Grip Games last night. Had a great time. Took the dub with medal. Now we're on back-to-back wins at Full Grip Games. I decided I'm going to try and do a around the world, okay? We're doing Gym Leader Challenge around the world, where I'm gonna try and win Full Grip Games Gym Leader Challenge League night. Thank you, Aaron. I'm gonna try and win Gym Leader Challenge League night with every different type. No repeats until I've won with every type. So we did Psychic last week. No, Fairy doesn't count. Fairy stopped being printed. I don't count Fairy. You guys can count Fairy in Gym Leader Challenge. I'm not going to stop you, but officially, yeah, Fairy doesn't count for me. Yeah, no, Fairy does not count. No, it doesn't count. Doesn't count as a real type. Yeah. No. Why? Because Fairy got canceled. Why not ban Fairy? Because some people want to have fun with it. Why would I stop people? Why would I stop people from trying to have fun with Fairy? If they want to knock themselves out, go ahead. But when I say I have to win a tournament with every type, that does not include Fairy, because Fairy is no longer a type in the Pokemon TCG. It was a long time ago, but it is no longer. Yeah. So anyways, that was a lot of fun. Played some good games last night. The new Kling Klang is broken. This thing is fantastic. Triple gears allows you to accelerate 3 basic energy from your deck to your Pokemon in play. A true test of skill would be to win with Fairy. It's not possible. It's not possible. Fairy's too bad. They stopped printing Fairy cards. Doesn't count. Yes. Yes. P. Gabber, I would argue that obliterating somebody's soul with Lugia turn 2 is less fun for the opponents than a long, drawn-out game with control. So, I'm not going to bite on the P. Gabber Stunlock today. I know you are. I know you are, P. Gabber. I'm not biting today. I'm not biting. I ain't biting today. I know. You know. You're poking. You're poking. You're like, baby, I could do it again. Of course. It's all in fun, P. Gabber, of course. Yes. Maybe Fairy is like the bonus challenge after doing all the other type. Maybe. I honestly, like, if I'm being completely honest, if I'm keeping it 100, in Gym Leader Challenge, you could probably allow fairies. You could probably allow fairy decks to play their rule box Pokemon, and only at that point would it be competitive with the other types. I think, like, in order to balance fairy, I think you literally would have to, like, you probably could just create an invincible control deck, because you could just play like a GX or something, and then just have it never have it get knocked out. But like, fairy is that bad. What I'm trying to express is that fairy is that bad compared to the other types, that like, you can't play Wondrous Slash. Oh, Wondrous, it is rule box hard. What I'm talking about is like the GXs though. If you let fairy have their GXs, only then would it maybe be on par with the other types. But it probably wouldn't. There'd probably be some super unhealthy stuff to come out of that, because you'd have like Guardy GX is just kind of insane. But yeah, fairies just, they stopped printing fairy Pokemon like years ago. Of course they're bad, you know? But we had lots of fun with our metal deck last night. It was phenomenal. Yeah, should get Xerneas Prism at least, for sure. Anyways, I'm in a Gym Leader Challenge mood today. So, anybody up for a game of Gym Leader Challenge with my broken metal deck? X Factor Steel, let's go. Yoshi, let's go. Trevor, let's go. Yeah, thanks, Koros Eagle. Robbie, does that mean you're down to play? All right, anyways, let's go. X Factor, you're up. Now, one of the things that I'm most sad about with Pokemon Trading Card Game Live is if, like, you know, if the expanded cards aren't all programmed in, then Gym Leader Challenge. Yeah, you got it, Robbie, of course. The Gym Leader Challenge is not going to be able to be played online. So, and wheat sounds good. So, I do hope that eventually all of the expanded card pool gets programmed into live. That would be sick, so that we can continue to enjoy Gym Leader Challenge on that client. That would be awesome. Thank you, Boyish Good Looks, for the Prime sub and the 42 months. Yeah, you got it, Vaughn. Sure, Vaughn. Yes, sir. Cool. Okay. Yeah, Caparaja is broken, for sure. Caparaja is huge. Absolutely ginormous. Last night, I was kind of on fire last night. I was able to get the turn 1 Bronzong multiple times, like twice. In 4 rounds. In 4 rounds, I got the turn 1 Bronzong twice. And not only did I get the turn 1 Bronzong, I got turn 1 Bronzong with a basic metal in the discard pile so I could Metal Links. Twice. Which is insane. Yeah, thank you so much, Amik, for the sub and the 8 months. Appreciate you, Amik. I do not have Jasmine in here, no. Yes, I did have a showdown between my Caparaja and the Whale Lord last night, which was sick because neither of them were knocking each other out. I was able to Mallow and Lana my Caparaja, I think, 3 or 4 times last night, which was absolutely insane. All right, I'm waiting for you. X Factor Steel. If you're not online, I'm going to the next up. We got X Factor. We got Yoshi. We got Trevor. Twice Valor, I guess. Yeah, I know. All right. Yoshi, you on? I go Trevor. Trevor's ready. Yeah. You have to change your username? That doesn't make any sense. All right, Trevor, let's go. And let's predict on this. There we go. Who's got the fat dub here? Metal. I like going second. Looks like metal versus color. I hope this is metal versus colorless. Yeah, it's got to be, right? Because colorless deck box. Oh, yeah. We should win this matchup. Definitely. Like I said, bro, the turn 1 Bronzong, it just calls to me. I'm telling you. I cannot be stopped. All right. I'm up against Trevor with his colorless deck, and I'm playing my new Metal Gym Leader Challenge deck featuring Kling Klang. I've got a fantastic opening hand with Bridget, Evolution Incense, Ultra Ball, and Marnie. I love what we got going on here. And Ball Guy. Okay. I feel like it's turn 1 Bridget, turn 2 Ball Guy situation. We could Ball Guy for the Hisuian Heavy Ball if something important is prized, though. I think I like Bridget turn 1, and we just hope things aren't prized. Okay, we go get Q-Font, we go get Bronzor, and it looks like my Clink is prized, but my Hisuian Heavy Ball is in the deck, so I can potentially Ball Guy next turn. The other card that I might want to get is just the Dreamy Revelation Jirachi, which is always nice to have. My Bronzong's in the deck, Copperage is in the deck, Kling Klang's in the deck, my Heatran's in the deck. I really like this Heatran too with the fire energy. You can search it out with Kling Klang's ability, triple gears, to power up its attack fully, so I definitely dig that. Then we will Evolution Incense to go get Bronzong. And I could overhaul. I could, but I feel like it's fine to just attach that and pass. That's fine. I actually kind of like this hand because we can Ball Guy and just continue. I could Ball Guy and then overhaul next turn is kind of what I think I'm going to do. Because the Ball Guy guarantees the Hisuian Heavy Ball to go get the Clink. And yeah, the double Timer Ball Tails, you hate to see it. Oh, that is brutal. We've got Ball Guy, Hisuian Heavy Ball, and then we want Heavy Ball and Nest Ball are all fine cards for us to get. We will Hisuian Heavy Ball for the Clink who didn't want to show up to work, which is fine. And then we can Heavy Ball for the Caparaja. And slap that there. And I'm fine burning this. I don't actually want to search out a Pokemon because Parallel City might hurt. So we're just going to overhaul for Shuffle Draw 6. And with this, we're pretty much chilling. With the metal deck. Yeah, see, I knew the Parallel was coming. This is a tough... it's fine. I think... Yeah, we just get rid of the Jirachi, and then I can just Rescue Stretch right back. I think I'm probably going to tag call for Guzma and go get a counter Stadium to the Parallel, and then I can Rescue Stretcher the Jirachi back and put the U-turn board on it. So I do really like that. That's great. Trevor attaching the Twin Energy and getting set up with the Colress. He's kind of chilling now. But with the metal deck, we love to just kind of sit behind Magearna as we set up our guys. So this is definitely a solid situation for us to be in. Tag call, Guzma and Hala is in the deck, and Tropical Beach is in the deck. So we can Guzma and Hala for an energy, Tropical Beach, and a tool card. That's fine. So let's do that. We'll Guzma and Hala and discard. Oh, I've got the Crystal Cave in my hand, but that's fine. Let's save the Crystal Cave. We just want to beach and get a guarantee an energy drop. That's okay. And I've got teammates in my hand. So let's do this. We're going to discard the Juniper and the Crystal Cave. That's okay. And we're going to go get the beach, and we're going to go get counter energy, and that's fine. And yeah, we'll get those. Put the beach down, and with the beach I can Rescue Stretcher and get the Jirachi. I still like this play. This is good. It's solid. Counter energy onto Caparajah, and we beach. This is solid because now if Trevor knocks out my Magearna, we're popping off. So it's going to make him want to think about that because the counter energy is such a threat on Caparajah. I mean, it's like literally I'm coming in hot for 220 damage next turn. I also really liked getting the counter Stadium so that I could bring the Jirachi back. The Jirachi with the U-turn board is one of the most important parts of this deck. The list that I have does not even play Floatstone, which is usually one of the first cards that goes into any Gym Leader Challenge deck is Floatstone, right? But we're not playing Floatstone in this list. We're just playing U-turn board. And the benefit the U-turn board has is that if it gets field blowered, it comes back to your hand instead of going to the discard pile. And what we really want to ensure is that Jirachi has free retreat throughout the game so that you can use its Dreamy Revelation ability. There's not a lot of board state draw in the metal deck like there is in the colorless deck. If we look at Trevor's deck, he's got draw Pokemon like Bibarel, he's got Chinchino, he's got, maybe Pidgeotto in there. There's a lot of Pokemon that help to draw cards in that deck. But in this deck, there are not. So you really have to make the most of what you do have, which is Jirachi. And in order to make the most of Jirachi, you have to make sure that it has free retreat the entire game. And the U-turn board on the Jirachi makes sure of that. So now Trevor is eyeing up a knockout with the Snorlax. And this is going to allow me to make some real gamer plays. So I'm loving this. We've got a cool thing going on. So we got Parallel, love that. And the Giant Hearth can go get me my fire energy. That's cool. And I got a metal energy in the discard pile. I can get a metal energy into the discard pile. That's so cool. I can play Giant Hearth. Let's let's Giant Hearth away this and go get my fire. That's cool. Then we'll Dreamy Revelation, and I find Rare Candy, which is so sick. Yes. All right, check this out. Now we teammates, and I can teammates for the Kling Clang and the Heatran. I guess the Kling Clang and the Quick Ball is fine, so we can get the Quick Ball out of the deck. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we're going to Quick Ball away the Clang and go get Big Daddy Heatran, right? This is prime Heatran hours out here. Then we Rare Candy into Kling Clang, and we will use its Triple Gears ability to go accelerate 3 energy from my deck to my Pokemon in play, which is broken, right? I mean, it's just insane. So we're going to put 2 onto Heatran and 1 onto Caparaja. We're going to attach the fire energy to Heatran, parallel City Trevor to limit his bench to just 3 Pokemon, and then after we do all of that, I am ready to get schmacking with my Heatran. And not only am I schmacking with my Heatran, I also have Metal Core Barrier, so I can force, and I've got Metal Links to accelerate another energy to my Caparaja, and we've got Metal Core Barrier, which makes it so that my Heatran is taking minus 70 damage from attacks next turn. It does get discarded at the end of the turn, but this Metal Core Barrier can make it so that the Heatran might survive the turn, which is insane, right? So we can see how the beginning of this battle, it was like we're kind of playing a game of chicken. It's like, all right, if you take this knockout, I can pop off. You know, Teammates is such a powerful card in this format, allowing you to go search out whatever 2 singleton cards you want and put them into your hand. And that entire play was made possible by Teammates alone. And I was able to attack with the Heatran because of the amazing Jirachi's Dreamy Revelation, which got me one of the combo pieces, because I needed 3 cards to attack with Heatran. I needed the Rare Candy, the Kling Clang, and the Heatran. So if I found any one of those pieces off of Jirachi, I was going to be able to teammates for the other 2 pieces and make the combo work. And Trevor's just going to have to pass. I've got Lysander, so I am going to Lysander up the Porygon, and you could see how much of a compromising situation Trevor is in now, because I've got 2 fully loaded Pokemon ready to go. I can attach this Aurora Energy to my benched Kling Clang also, discarding I think the Raihan is fine, and we'll Iron Hammer for the knockout. We want to get that Porygon 2 out of there. And I love playing Lusamine in this deck, since this deck is like a really kind of grindy tank and heal style deck. There are some turns where you don't really need to do too much, right? So Lusamine is perfect because it can just allow you to kind of play methodically and get the cards that you need out of your discard pile. If you want to get a stadium card to, reuse, like if you want to parallel again, you can Lusamine parallel again. We'll Lusamine, and we're just going to go get the right cards for the situation. I like keeping the parallel up, so I'm not going to get a counter stadium. We just want to go get probably Juniper. Yeah, just discard this hand, draw 7 more cards. And, well, because I'm going to get 2 supporters, so we might want to just get like Lysander, and we might want to get Teammates. That seems pretty good. And then we can just pass. That's fine. So we'll hang tight here. Trevor buying a turn by gusting up my Bronzong. Now, there's not a ton of mobility in this list. there are no item-based switch cards in the deck. So there's no switch, there's no floatstone, and Trevor's just going to try and gain some time by taking advantage of that, which is fine with me because I'm already in the lead. So I don't have to like rush this Bronzong out of the active because everything's fine. Like Trevor's gusting up and stalling because he's on the back foot. So I can just go find one of my switching supporters like Guzma or Tate and Liza. And as we see, I've got Guzma here. So it's like, you see how patience really pays off with this deck. And that's how we're able to fit everything that we need to fit in the list, is by being patient. I've got Guzma. I've got Tate and Liza. You're never going to get stuck with this deck because you've got a lot of supporter-based switching options with Lusamine and Cynthia and Caitlyn. So I can pretty much infinitely switch. Now, with item-based switch cards, they'll eventually run out. There's no easy way to recover those. So with this build, I decided to go with supporter-based switching cards instead of item-based switching cards because you can switch them more easily. Thank you, Aerosol Lung, for that tier 1 sub in the 10 months. Trevor, realizing that I definitely was not going to be stuck for any more turns, decided to take that knockout tied up at 4-4 prizes, which is really smart. I've got a phenomenal hand right now, so I think I'm good to just kind of chill. Do I want this Super Rod? I could put the Bronzong back into the deck if I grab that rod right now, and I think that that's probably fine. Yeah, we'll grab the rod, and we can put the Bronzor, Bronzong, and Magearna back into the deck. But really, there's not too much else that I need. This thing's got 130 hit points. It's just real elephant hours out here. And what's hilarious, like I said, you don't always have to play a supporter in this deck. At this point, I've got absolutely everything that I could possibly need. So I'm just going to Muscular Nose. 220 damage with Caparaja, who has 190 hit points and is taking 30 less damage because of Metal Frying Pan. If Trevor hits into Caparaja, I can use Mallow and Lana to switch it to the bench, heal 120 damage. Then I can use Dreamy Revelation if I want to get a card from the top of my deck again. Looks like Trevor's going to opt to gust around the Caparaja, which makes sense, so that he can continue to keep up the prize trade. We're going to go to 3-3 prizes with this knockout, which is fine. We'll promote Jirachi. He's got plenty of draw power on his bench. We are going to level ball for neither of you. Yes, the Bronzor. That's fine. We can drop this fella here just to have it. Not that I think that I'll need it, but just in case. And then we'll keep the Bronzong on top of the deck and just go in and Muscular Nose for 220 damage. Go down to 2 prizes left. Trevor doesn't have much in the way of a board right now. He's got his 2 support Pokemon, but does not have Porygon set up. He's got a pretty big hand, so could play out of it with something like a Welder, but with Caparaja and Heatran both fully powered up and a Kling Klang almost fully powered up, these metal Pokemon are just so big and so difficult to knock out that you can see how much of a chore it is to chew through them, especially with a card like Mallow and Lana. Trevor kind of acknowledging that this is checkmate with my Elephant, and Caparaja taking us home. The Caparaja Heatran combo with Kling Klang is definitely one that I'm a huge fan of in Gym Leader Challenge. The Kling Klang, I have been quickly sold on the value of the Kling Klang. in this format. It's perfect for the metal deck, which previously had a little bit of a grindy time getting energy into play. You just had your one Metal Links Bronzong, and that was it. But with the Kling Klang, you can actually get your big dudes powered up quickly. We'll Muscular Nose one more time. But I don't think at this point that there's anything Trevor can do to take down my elephant. He's got Snorlax. Maybe he can Raihan and swing. But this should be it. He's just got the twin energy, and that is GG's, Trevor. Thank you so much for the game. Kaparaja, Kling Klang, and Heatran taking it all the way home. Let's go. All right, sick. All right, who's up next? All right, X Factor, let's go. A metal mirror. I expect a metal mirror. Oh yeah, one of my favorite PTCGO things is like when you, like for no reason, can't access your deck when challenging somebody, like it just disappears. Yeah, that's always sick. Yeah, like right here, I can't see it for some reason. Oh no, okay, that actually wasn't happening right there. I just didn't have it starred. Okay, but that does happen sometimes. It's without the star. Yeah. Your new name is Yoshi? I can't believe Yoshi Tracker got canceled. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, that's very strange. It's not a great opening hand going second. This is definitely like a brick, unfortunately. All right, I'm playing a metal mirror against X Factor Steel. I know X Factor Steel loves their metal decks, so I'm excited to see how this one goes. Hopefully, I find a good supporter. I mean, if I could find a Bridget or a Ball Guy off the top of the deck, we would be golden. Because I've got a lot of good cards in my hand. We've got Rare Candy Kling Klang right here. We've got Kaparaja, Evolution Incense right here. So, Colress for 0? I can't do it. I can't. Oh no. Can't do that. Well, we cannot do that. But I do have the turn 1 Bronzong, which is kind of poggers. So, I suppose we'll do this. X Factor's got Bridget's. No, I need Bridget's. X Factor's got the Heatran and the Bronzor. Here's Kaparaja. That thing needs 4 energy in order to attack. So it's fine. And we find Tate and Liza. Okay, Tate and Liza for 5 is fine. We could do that. I can make that work. Shuffle draw 5. Okay, all right. We're in there. We are in there. We are chilling. Having a great time. That's what I like to see. We've got Clink and Q-Font. And I know Copperage is in the deck. Clink Clang's in the deck too. Great. So we'll go get those guys. And then next turn, I will retreat my Bronzong. We are going to go with the manual retreat. It's a fatty. He's got a retreat cost of 3. But I can see the X Factor's got a 0-card hand. So we are cruising. Everything is fine. We top deck the Goggles. Goggles go here. Juniper. And we've got... Oh, yeah, we are chilling. Everything is fantastic. We've got Nest Ball, which I can use to go get my Jirachi. And then we can retreat the I could hammer it. No, retreat the bronze. And we've got Magearna. And I can Metal Links. I think we have to Metal Links to... Well, first let's do this. Dreamy Rev. We find the U-turn board. That's so sick. And I find an energy. But I've already attached an energy, so we'll keep the U-turn board. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? That's fine. Keep the U-turn board. Attach this here. Metal Links to the Q-Font. And then we pass. And we'll see what X Factor top decks. Do they have an energy? No! They can take the knockout. That's fine. Magearna can use Overhaul to shuffle draw 6. Also can wear the U-turn board. It's kind of cool. And I knew I was top decking an energy, so I'm comfortable promoting this thing. We're just going to Metal Links to the Q-Font. And we'll bench Heatran, U-turn board to Magearna, and I just want to Overhaul to shuffle draw 6. We don't actually want to give X Factor a new hand with that Marnie, so we're just going to hang out here waiting. This hand is terrible, though. My goodness. I need something. I mean, I've got all of my recovery in my hand, but no draw support or anything. Vengeful Stomp. Okay, X Factor is taking a little bit too much of a lead. I'm spiraling. I'm spiraling bad. Let's go up with the Heatran. The Heatran can take a hit. Yes, it can. So we're going to go Aurora Energy. Okay, there's some few things that we need to do. We're going to I could Lucamine. I don't want to give them a beach. So we're not going to put the beach into play. I could get Juniper, Tate, and Liza. Okay. We've got the... I'm so close to having what I need, but we're not quite there. Okay. I've got the Metal Core Barrier here. I've got the Aurora Energy here. Discard the beach. I never played that Culver's, huh? Discard the... I guess beach is probably just my best bet. That's fine. We can Lana's Fishing Rod to put this guy back into the deck. And then put down the beach. Metal Links. And do it. All right, for 4. That's fine. I still think... I mean, they will definitely just take the beach here. I suspect, especially with my metal core barrier in play. But it's fine. I've got Jirachi and U-turn board again. And we'll see where they go. They're powering up their own Heatran and we'll beach. Okay. We've got Tasui and Heavy Ball. I don't think there's anybody in here. Oh, Kabalion. Mallow and Lana's prized. That's bad. And Guzma. That's not great. We got this. I don't want to rescue stretch or anything like that. We just will attach this here and Cynthia. And then Clang, Caparaja, it's gotta be just beach one more time. If they can damage a bench guy with Rainbow, they can knock out my Heatran. Because it does 240, my goodness. Or I parallel guard claw. That doesn't make any sense. All right, we'll bench this. And beach. Okay, it's fine. Doesn't feel good. Going behind 3 prizes might be too much for me to be able to handle. But if anybody, especially with my Mallow and Lana prized, but we will see. I got Cynthia and Caitlyn, so no Gust, fortunately. I have to really hope that they just do not have the Rainbow energy to put a damage counter on the bench. That would be good. If they have to just hit this thing for 120, then that's great. I also would love it if I could find... I do not want to triple gears just to retreat the Heatran, but I will if I have to. This is a terrible decision to make, and one that I was worried that we'd have to make, but it's fine. It's gotta be... these. It's fine. And then... they do have the Rainbow, too. Wow, they had everything. Okay. It's fine. We'll go here. Yeah, that's not great. We have to rescue Stretcher back in. Heatran and Dialga. But let's Dreamy Rev first. Find counter energy, which is fine. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. How many energy we got in the discard pile? Just 1. It's fine. We're doing 220, so that's enough to take a knockout, fortunately. Which is great. Okay. So we're going to start slugging. Let's go rescue Stretcher. Shuffle. We're going to put back in 1, 2, and 3. It's fine. And I don't think that there's any balls left in my deck. Oops. Well, Heavy Ball. Go get Big Fatty. And then with Big Fatty, I don't know how many basic energy are left in my deck, but, you know, some. 1. Well, that's fine. Attach that there. retreat, and muscular nose. We'll take the knockout. Oh, this is an unfortunate start for us. I need to find Mallow and Lana. Oh, it's fire energy. No. We only had one energy left in the deck, too. Oh, a couple in hand. It's tough. And Bronzong is gone. I should have bumped the Kling Klang. I should have kept the Bronzong. With that knowledge, I should have kept the Bronzong. Bumped the Kling Klang. For sure. I know that this Heatran can't take a knockout on me, but I don't have a switch card or a heal card or anything to keep this thing moving. So I can't really afford to retreat the Caparaja. So, like, what am I kind of into here? Like, what's the game plan? I got Cynthia. I need N. Bad. Yeah, real bad. That's what we're hoping Jirachi can provide. I got Field Blower. It's fine. Still not a knockout. Iron Hammer for 160. And now I'm like, what do I do? We got Marnie. I think I'm down all my recovery cards. I got Super Rod left in the deck. Okay. What about my stadiums? Got Cave as a potential. I could take this knockout, but then they could take this knockout back on me with that. So I think I need to protect the Heatran. Just go down swinging with the Caparaja. It's not worth trying to save it. So let's just attach there and Marnie. And got Versus Seeker, which doesn't matter right now. Okay, so we just dig drain. And heal a little bit. Doesn't really matter. Can I do this? Can I do this? Is it possible? Nothing's impossible. I got Violet, the game, and I picked Spaghetti as my starter. Played about 45 minutes last night before I fell asleep. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. We were in a tough spot for sure. I should have never given them the beach. That was just a misplay on my part. And I think that this kind of seals the deal for them by gusting and knocking out my Heatran. I'm pretty sure that ruins it for me. I think. That's where my... Okay. They've got 2 prizes left. Super Rod. We can play. Super Rod, shuffle back in 1, 2, 3. Let's tag call. Yeah, it seems like a lost cause. Maybe they don't have a switch in their hand. I can go for that. Like maybe gust up this and do a little dig drain heal, you feel me? Thank you, Ramvorg, for the sub in the 6 months. 6 months in advance? Thanks, Ramvorg. I appreciate you. Thank you. So I can potentially heal 30 more, and then if I get this Bronzong stuck, I could heal 30. And if I find Crystal Cave next turn, I can heal 60. No, they haven't. All right, well played, X Factor. All right. X Factor, best of 3 me, bro. Best of 3. No way. No chance, brother. Ain't getting away with it that easy. GG's. I should have never gave you that beach. All right, are you not available? That's fine. Appreciate you, Ramvorg. Thank you. GG's, X Factor. Thank God. I need a salty run back. All right. Down game 1. Can I run? Let me go. That's fine. Can I run back the best of 3? Yes or no? All right. Will I be able to win? Will I be able to win 2 straight to win the best of 3, being down game 1? Challenge initiated. I love a salty run back. For sure. Someone asked earlier, is it worth it to play the rare candy if I only got 1 stage 2? Absolutely, because Kling Klang is that important. I'll take my 4 mulligans. That's pretty good. All right, we're playing against X Factor's metal deck with our metal deck, a metal mirror. And we're going first. Got a bunch of mulligans, so a huge opening hand. Well, let's check the prizes. Magirna, Beach prize, Guzma Hollow prized. Magirna, that's fine. You can come hang out. We've got Clink. We've got Level Ball. We can go get Bronzor. And we've got Quick Ball. And we can discard, frankly, the Magirna is fine. Yeah. Sorry, Magirna. You got to go. And we'll get Q-Fonts out. And then we will, I think, attach this energy to Dialga and pass. And I really like Dialga as an opener in this deck because it can use temporal backflow to really keep things going. This next turn, I'm probably going to Marnie, right? And I can use Evolution Incense to go get some of my dudes into play. And then I can Temporal Backflow for the card I need. So I could go Evolution Incense for Clang, right? And then Temporal Backflow for Evolution Incense and then get Kling Klang on turn 3, which is pretty cool. Looks like X Factor is going to be able to get the turn 1 Bronzong, which is pretty cool, thanks to Evolutionary Advantage. It's got a nice fully loaded board thanks to a turn 1 Gloria. We've got a pretty nice thing going here, though. This is great. We will use Evo Soda for Caparaja. We want to get that elephant real big as quickly as possible. And then use Evolution Incense for Clang. And I think they've only got a 2-card hand. So it kind of makes me want to not play Marnie yet, because I don't know if their hand's going to be like real insane or not. So I feel like I could kind of just temporal backflow for the evolution incense and pass, because what this is going to allow me to do is now I'm not going to give them a new hand until I am ready to Kling Klang, because they've only got 2. I don't want to give them more cards. I don't know if their hand's good or not. And what I can do is, with this hand, since I've got Kling Klang and Kaparaja, I can pretty much target down whatever I need to target down. Like right here, for instance, we've got Evolution Incense to go get Kling Klang, and we can use Kling Klang's Triple Gears ability to go get 3 energy out of the deck, right? Which is perfect. And we're going to accelerate those to Kaparaja. And I've got Guzma in my hand. So we are just going to Guzma up their Kaparaja and knock it out with Muscular Nose. So now we're in a very good spot because we held on to our hand. I was able to kind of suss out that maybe X Factor didn't have the strongest hand. He only had a 2-card hand, so we held off on our Marnie. And now we've put X Factor in a situation where maybe they have to buy another turn with Overhaul. Looks like they top decked Cynthia and Caitlyn. And we'll use that to draw a few more cards. But this definitely puts me in a commanding spot thanks to the Kling Klang. We've got Tesui and Heavy Ball again, which will not find anything, which we already know. And then I can Marnie, but I've already got the Mallow and Lana in my hand, which is really good. I think it's probably fine to Marnie here. We'll attach this, though my hand is like really good, especially with the Mallow and Lana. If this Kaparaja gets hit, I can just chill, you know? I love just chilling, you know? Yeah, let's Marnie. That's fine. Marnie for 5. And we found some good cards here. I did want to set up Bronzong. And I did want to continue attaching energy, so this feels good. I'll hold off on the Heavy Ball. There's not really anything else that I need to set up, and we could just Muscular Nose for the knockouts. Take our prize. Got Cynthia. It's good. Heavy Ball. There's not really any Heavy Ball targets in my deck right now, but I don't want to play into Parallel City since I don't have a stadium to protect my own board state. I would love to get the first Parallel City laid down, but might not be able to do that. I got Town Map. We can see what's prized. The Rainbow Energy's prized. That is going to make it a little bit difficult, a little bit more difficult to attack with Heatran. They do have teammates, though, so they could Rare Candy into Kling Klang. And this is why the Rare Candy is so good in this deck, because you can teammates Rare Candy, Kling Klang, and then you're swinging, right? Which is brilliant. That's exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. Now, this thing's doing 160 damage. It is, this thing's tough. It's tough to deal with, for sure. You got to put some respect on the Heatran. So they're going to hit for 160 damage. I've got Metal Core Barrier, which is a really good card for us to have, and I've got Versus Seeker. Let's Heavy Ball. I don't think that, yeah, there's actually nobody in there to get. We've got Guzma and Marnie. I think I am going to put the counter energy onto Dialga and Versus Seeker for Guzma. And I'm going to Guzma up the Bronzong with this guy. And we can put the Metal Core Barrier here. and just Metal Blast for 100 damage to take the knockout, which feels fine. We save the Copper Raja. I don't know if I'll be able to heal it up to get it to a point where I can Muscular Nose again. It's a little bit stuck right now, but 160 will not take the knockout on my Dialga, which will give me another turn to be able to figure that out. Another Metal Energy onto Kling Klang and N. Going to end me to 3. I actually liked my 3-card hand because it had a Cynthia in it. So, okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. We can work with this. Now, we got the Kling Klang to worry about. This Heatran's got 140 hit points. I'm only doing 100 damage with Dialga. Tough spot. We probably just... soak this hit, right? I'm getting paralleled. That's annoying. Wondering if it's worth it to... like, which boat are we in? Are we in Mallow and Lana territory? All right, it's going to be a Guard Claw. Looks like he's trying to just buy more time. Doesn't want to actually hit into the Metal Core Barrier, which makes sense. So this thing's got 0 damage on it. We can retreat into Copper Raja. Mallow, no, we cannot. We cannot safely do that. So we're not going to. We're going to attach this energy to Kling Klang, discard the Bridgets, and Culberus for 5. I cannot really Mallow and Lana that hand. And this is a fine pull. We don't mind that. I can Lana's Fishing Rod, but I'll hold off on Lana's Fishing Rod. I think I want to just Metal Blast for 100, which seems fine. 70, actually, because of Guard Claw. It's fine. Still fine. And then Metal Frying Pan onto the Kling Klang. Do they have anything in that hand? Or is it just an Iron Hammer for knockout? Iron Hammer, but they get to take a... Well, they don't have any great prizes to select from, actually. So, I don't have an energy in my hand. I would love to Mallow and Lana the Copper Raja back and attack with Kling Klang, but it might just have to be a Raihan to Kling Klang situation, since I do have basic energy in the discard pile now. Yep. So I'm thinking that that's what we got. And then we'll wait to Mallow and Lana the Copper Raja in a minute. Okay, this is fantastic. We've got the Crystal Cave, so we can start working on the Copper Raja, which is exactly what we wanted to do. We can Raihan to the Kling Klang and go get another energy out of the deck. We will grab the Shield Energy, which is cool. Yeah, we'll grab that. Attach the Shield Energy. We've got Nest, Solana's Fishing Rod, put back in Dialga, Metal Core Barrier, and then Nest Ball for the amazing Jirachi, I think. Yeah. And then we can Metal Links to the Jirachi so that it does have free retreat essentially now. And we'll Power Beam for the knockout, which is a solid space for us to be in with just 2 prizes left to take. I'm feeling confident about this one. Now we've got Kling Klang v Kling Klang. A Kling Klang mirror. Things are really getting clangy out here. And they got Tate and Liza. Shuffle draw 5. Both these Kling Klangs beefed up too. This Kling Klang's got a Metal Frying Pan on it. This Kling Klang's got a Shield Energy on it. The Great Kling Klang Wars. That's fine. We'll do this again to heal our Pokemon more. And then we've got Lysander on the Bisharp. And we'll take a knockout with the Kling Klang. Now, I am hoping that they do not have boss's orders to knock out my Caparaja. That would sting a little bit, but I think it's fine. We definitely are hoping. Of course they do. I was working on that. He was almost ready. That's fine. I can Mallow and Lana. Ironically, I can Mallow and Lana the Kling Klang. I'm swinging for 100, so that's fine. But 100, yes, that's fine. Okay, I can do that. So we'll do this. And we're going to tag call for the Mallow and Lana. And then we're going to Crystal Cave. And I'm going to Mallow and Lana here into Jirachi and Dreamy Revelation. And we've got a Metal Energy and a Cynthia. We'll grab the Metal Energy is fine. And I'm going to Rod to put these guys back into the deck. And then just retreat into Kling Klang. Metal Links again to the Jirachi, so it has free retreats. And we're coming in with a Power Beam for 100. But it's fine. The math works out. Because 70, and then if I do 100 again, it's a knockout and a half game. So we're kind of chilling. And we've got Juniper for next turn. They can't afford to keep this Kling Klang up here because it will just get knocked out by my Kling Klang. And yeah, so they have to promote a Pokemon that Kling Klang does not knock out. And this is the best thing about the Kling Klang, is that the Kling Klang is not only a great energy accelerator, it's also just a big guy that does 130. And 130 is the right number in Gym Leader Challenge. It's like 130 is Gym Leader Challenge's 220, if that makes sense. In standard format, you really want to be able to do 220 damage. We just Power Beam, and that is GG's to X Factor. But in Gym Leader Challenge, you really want to be able to do 130 because a lot of the best basic attackers have 130 hit points. All right, that's game 2. Game 3. The pride of being the best metal type gym leader is on the line, chat. This is for all of the metal marbles. All of the theoretical metal marbles are on this game. Thank you, J Cubed, for the sub. Appreciate it. The 19 months. Okay. Like what I see. This is good. This is good. Brilliant. Going first against X Factor Steel and a Metal Mirror. We've got an awesome opening hand with Clink, Q-Fonts, and a Metal Energy, which we can put onto Magearna. And we'll just pass. Next turn, I've got either Bridget or Colress. We'll see if X Factor is able to kind of pop off with a turn 1 Bridget themselves. Or if they are just going to turn 1 Jubilife. They may have to settle for that. They have to Jubilife. All right, I could win the game. I probably won't, but I could. It's possible. No, we ain't got it like that. I was going to say, I could go Rare Candy, Kling Klang. Boom. In fact, if I top deck Kling Klang, it's game over because Kling Klang does 130 damage. So we were actually really close to Donk there. But we'll just bridge it and go get set up a little bit more. We've got Jirachi, Bronzor, and Meat Dog. And then, I could Jubilife, but we get one additional card with Overhaul. So we're going to Overhaul for 6. Thank you, not me for that. Thank you, not me for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. They've got Evolution Incense, so they can evolve their Q font into Caparaja. With the goggles, it's got an effective 220 hit points. They've got another Metal Energy and potentially a Jubilife Village again to look for more Pokemon. Looks like they're contemplating something in that hand. We've got Clang, so we can evolve into Clang and then get Kling next turn. Yes, they're contemplating the Jubilife or the Parallel. Got it. We are going to get rid of probably these two. Bronzong is better late game. See, because that's a tough call. You're going to Parallel me and then Colress for 3? You could have Colress for 5. You could have Colress for 5. That's your own fault. I don't even feel bad. We'll do that. Assuming heavy ball. And we'll attach an energy here. And I'm not going to end you. We are just going to Overhaul again for 6. And you can see how much mileage we're getting out of this single Magearna, right? Overhaul is a really strong opening attack, Shuffle Draw 6, and it also just gets in there in a pinch. Wind Up Cannon is great for knocking out little Pokemon like little dudes, like Clink or, Bronzor or whatever. It only does a max 100 damage if your opponent has a full bench, but we can definitely take advantage of Wind Up Cannon to take little knockouts here and there. It's very, very nice to have. Well, X Factor getting into this game was able to find an N off of that Colress for 3 and has found some bench Pokemon getting stabilized. But let's see, I can't Evo Soda into the Kling, hilariously, because you have to play it from your hand to activate the ability. But we can go get Caparaja, which is great. And then I don't want to end. We're just going to attach the U-turn board to the Magearna and let it rip. And we're hoping to find Kling. And we miss it gloriously. But that's okay. We'll put Shield Energy onto Caparaja. And then... sure, I'll Crystal Cave, Dialga, and Overhaul for 6. And we got the Kling now. So we're fully set up. We've got everything we need. I've got Rescue Stretcher so I can bring the Bronzor back. I know they play Lusamine, so they could parallel me again. But I want to find my parallel so I can parallel them. That would be ideal. They've got the 4th energy, but I know that they cannot, damage the bench in the same turn without rainbow energy or something. So we're fine there. And by taking that knockout, they know that my Caparaja is coming up. They know it's real Caparaja hours out here. It's like you're about to get smacked and you know it. And I've got Metal Core Barrier. Nowhere good to put it, though, so that's fine. We're going to go get N off of Cynthia and Caitlin. I've got Rescue Stretcher. We just want a Rescue Stretcher for the Bronzor, definitely. We could shuffle the Bronzor. Actually, can do a shuffle draw. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to shuffle 3. We're going to put Cobalion, Bronzor, and Jirachi back into the deck. And then I can Cynthia and Caitlin to do this and get the N back and draw 3 cards. And we get Level Ball and Nest Ball, so I can Level Ball for the Bronzor and Nest Ball for the Jirachi, and we can U-turn board the Jirachi, and at this point, it is Kling Klang time. So we will triple gears to go get our energy out of the deck, and there are 3, which is great. We can attach the metal energy to Caparaja. We can attach the other metal energy to Heatran, and we can attach the fire energy to Heatran, which feels good. And then we've got the Aurora energy, which can go into Heatran and discard that. And we will Muscular Nose for 220 damage. Minus the 30, but still getting the knockouts since Caparaja's got 190 hit points, and that is the card that we want to see off of the prizes. Mallow and Lana. This is the shake and bake combo. This is exactly what we wanted. We've got Mallow and Lana, so if the Caparaja takes a hit, we Mallow and Lana it. We pivot into the amazing Jirachi. Thank you, B Gizzle, for that Prime sub. Any primers in the chat? You know that if you have Amazon Prime, Jeffrey Bezos gives you 1 free Amazon Twitch Prime sub per month to use on your favorite Twitch streamer, whoever that may be. Shout out to all the primers out there. Thank you. So Heatran swinging now, thanks to Kling Klang. And we can see in these games, we can see how much Kling Klang is making a difference. But unfortunately for my opponents, this is perfect Mallow and Lana time. So we are going to Mallow and Lana and pivot, discarding Metal Core Barrier. Discarding these 2, honestly. Discarding the Metal Core Barrier, that's fine. And then we're going to pivot into the Jirachi, and we'll Dreamy Revelation. We find Super Rod and Cynthia. We'll take the Super Rod, I guess. But this Caparaja is just completely unhinged at this point. As you can see, the elephants cannot be contained. Thank you, Best Pal Al, for that Prime sub. Appreciate you, Best Pal Al. And this is how we win. They have to try and gust up the Kling Klang, stall it, and go for the temporal backflow. But I kept the Guzma in hand, knowing that that might be a play they go for, so I can Guzma up the Kling Klang and Dreamy Revelation again. We'll grab Cobalion, doesn't really matter. I know that they're going to end me. We'll attach an energy to Kling Klang, and I'm coming back in with Heatran to do 160 damage. Might as well save the elephant. There's no sense going in with the elephant here when the Heatran will just get the job done, and I can save the elephant for when I need to just crank out 220 damage. We're chilling. Ultra Ball, but I think at this point, I'm kind of running away with it. You can see how much stronger the metal deck gets with Kling. I mean, it's insane. The metal deck is like, it's on a whole other level with the Kling Klang now. You can just go from 0 to 60 so fast, which is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Jesse asking if we play Berserker. I do not play Berserker. In fact, there are only 3 Pokemon that evolve in this deck. There's the Bronzor, the Kling Klang, and the Caparaja. That's it. You can KO Wailord by just gusting up the Wailmer. We're fine. Wailord, not a problem. Yeah, Wailord is easy sauce for sure. All right, we're going to gust up the Q font, and I can use Metal Links to accelerate an energy over to Kling Klang. And then we've got Iron Hammer for the knockouts. Take that Q font out of commission before it becomes a situation. and then we should be able to run away with this one, I think. They got Bronzor, they got Dialga, Temporal Backflow again, but at this point, our setup is just too strong. Way too strong. They got Guzma to try and stall again. This time it's going to be Bronzong, which makes sense. He's kind of a fatty, but we've got plenty of recovery in the deck. So we should be able to make it work. We'll attach energy here in Marnie. We find Colress. Let's make sure there are switching guys in here, right? Yeah, Lucamine. All right, and Tantalize. I was going to say, it's like impossible to get stuck in this deck. You don't want to say impossible, but it's basically impossible to get stuck in this deck because you've got so many outs. Okay. We just need to go get the Lucamine. There's not a lot of mobility in this list. You don't need it, right? Because people will try to stall you when they're already like kind of on the back foot, but you've got enough mobility. It's just all supporter-based mobility, right? So we're fine. They've got Versus Seeker. They can end me to 2. I mean, eventually, like if they come up with Dialga and knock out my Bronzong, that's fine, because then I just come up with Caparajah and knock it out. Or I come up with Kling Klang and knock it out. Well, I guess it's got a Metal Frying Pan on it, doesn't it? So we'll see where they decide to go with this. They got a Guzma back. Maybe they're going for swinging into Caparajah, right? To try and prevent it from using its muscular nose. I respect it. 110 damage. Makes sense. Let's go Colress for 6. We find the Metal Core Barrier, and this is where Metal Core Barrier, and then we can dig drain to heal ourselves. And I'm taking 70 less damage, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that's pretty sick. We've got Cynthia. All I need to do is just knock this fella out. So, we can't muscular nose. That's the thing. If it has 8 or more damage counters on it, it does nothing. So, that's why he targeted down to Caparajah. It's dangerous if it doesn't have any damage counters on it, but if it has damage counters on it, there's not much you can do. That's why cards like Crystal Cave and Mallow and Lana work really well with Caparajah and Metal Core Barrier, right? And that only did 40 damage. So I have to think about deck out. I have to, there's Super Rod, that's good. We got Tag Call, we got Lucamine, Tate and Liza. Okay. So what's Cynthia? We find the Lucamine, which is great. 4 cards left in deck. Let's just dig drain again. We're getting there. And then I can Lucamine for like Mallow and Lana, Crystal Cave, something like that. We should be okay. We're definitely kind of grinding things out, but that's what the metal deck does. The metal deck is the grindiest deck. Crystal Cave, that's fine. I'm okay with that. If I top deck Tate and Liza, I can just switch this thing and... Nope, we're getting end. It's fine. Definitely need to be aware of the amount of cards in my deck. We don't want to let things get ugly. All right, looks like it might be time for the Caparajah to finally go down, and I think I'm okay with just allowing that. The Caparajah has really put up a good fight. You can see how difficult this thing is to actually knock out, right? It's taking minus 40 because of the shield energy. It's like, it's been up here getting smacked for turns, and it heals 30 every turn. I mean, there's like, it's not the easiest thing. I just need to be careful with my resources. If the Caparajah gets, neutralized, that's okay. I haven't been accelerating energy with Bronzong because I need to make sure that if I want to like rod energies back into the deck to not deck out or something, like I wanted to keep that option open and available just in case. I do have the rod, so I could theoretically put Caparajah back into the deck and do it again. We're doing 160. 160 minus 30 will be enough with the Heatran, so we can take that knockouts for sure. Cabalion's not doing a lot right now. So that's okay. Yeah, Cabalion's really only good if it's a close game. It's nice to be able to pop 180 at the end of the match for just 2 energy. That's like a really strong kind of last attack. We'll see what they decide to do. They could just keep the Caparajah there. No, they're going to retreat and knock it out. Makes sense. Yeah, healing 60 more damage from Crystal Cave and Dig Drain would be, I think, too much. Have to take the opportunity to take that KO. And they'll grab the Float Stone. We're going to promote Jirachi. And we got Tate and Liza. We can Dreamy Revelation. We find Rod and Teammates. Rod is cool. I can Rod these guys back into the deck. And then I think I'm going to Raihan to the Dialga and go get Q-Font just so that we have it as an option. Metal Links to the Q-Font, and now it's like I have the option to attack with Caparajah again next turn, which is kind of crazy. We'll Iron Hammer for the knockout. Now I've got 2 big hitters ready to go. We find Verse Seeker, which is fantastic. Gives me an extra Guzma that I can use to finish off this game should I need it. But first, my opponent has to deal with this 140 hit point Heatran, which is in the active spots. Which could be a little bit tough. Yeah, he's huge. I wasn't big Heatran. I wasn't a big Heatran guy. This card got released in Brilliant Stars, and it's taken me until now to figure out that it's busted, which is kind of crazy. We're getting paralleled again, which is annoying, but it's fine. We got to take out the Dialga, and we got to take out the... I don't think that they can actually... I don't think that they can do it. We'll get rid of the Jirachi. I think I'm fine. I think I have to keep these. Yeah, Heatran's sick. I'm super into Heatran now. But it's the Kling Klang, I think, really makes me love the Heatran. All right, and that's going to be GG's. We have got Metal Links on to Kling Klang, Tate and Liza, just for the switch effect. And that is Power Beam for game. GG's, X Factor. GG's as always. All right. Yeah, Heatran is awesome. Big Heatran fan now. $160 damage, 140 hit points on a basic is ridiculous. All right, it's Yoshi time. Let's do this thing, Yoshi. Good luck. Yeah, usually, like, I was never a fan of the white Kyurem in water, so I thought that I wouldn't be a fan of the, I thought that I wouldn't be a fan of the Heatran in metal, but it's different. I can't explain it. It's just different. We got a cracked opening hand. Playing against Yoshi. Like what I see. This is great. Oh, Yoshi with the dragon deck. Nice. All right. I'm going first against Yoshi with his... Let's start the recording. I'm going first against Yoshi with his dragon deck. I've got a solid opening hand going first. I don't really want to play this Ultra Ball, but I guess I do have to worry about the potential for a turn 1 donk. No, I'm not getting donked, bro. No chance. We'll attach and we'll... Let's see. All right, what could I do? I could Ultra Ball away Guzma and Holland. No. I could Ultra Ball away Bridget and Tate and Liza. That's fine. All right, we'll do that. And then I could always Temporal Backflow next turn. And we'll go get Clink. Seems good. Cool. We'll do that. Pass. And then next turn, we'll Ball Guy. And we'll Ball Guy and we'll Temporal Backflow because I'm not getting knocked out. Though there's the possibility, right? Because if they have Guzma and Hala, yeah, thank you, Captain Nightfall. If they have Guzma and Hala, they can go get Floatstone to move the Regidrago. They can get double Dragon Energy, and they can go get Gapejaw Bog, right? And they could Floatstone the Regidrago. They can Quick Ball for Drampa, Gapejaw Bog, right? Damage their own Dratini, and then do 160 damage on the first turn. Now, it's not, very common that happens, but it is a possibility that you have to acknowledge. So even though I didn't necessarily want to play that Ultra Ball turn 1, it's like, okay, it's fine. I have to acknowledge, I have to respect the fact that Dragon could get a turn 1 160 damage. It's possible. It doesn't happen a lot, but it is certainly possible. Now, the Dragon deck is really cool. There's a lot of strong Pokemon that have been released lately for Dragon. There's the Garchomp, which has the Sonic Slip ability, which makes it invincible for a turn. There's this new Regidrago with its Dragon Horde ability, which we saw just helped Yoshi to draw some cards and then play the research, which was awesome. Regidrago also does 160 damage with its attack, which is kind of like the magic number for the dragons. They all do 160. Garchomp does 160. Regidrago does 160. The Drampa does 160. And the Druddigon does 160. They all do 160, which is really good. I said earlier in the stream that the magic number in Gym Leader Challenge is 130 because most of the best attackers have 130 hit points. Case in point, Regidrago has 130 hit points. Dialga has 130. We literally have 2 Pokemon right here with 130 hit points. 130 is the magic number. So hitting over 130 damage consistently is very good. Now, what the Dragon deck sometimes has difficulty doing is rising above that 160 threshold, because sometimes you need a guy that can do like 200 something damage, because there's some really big guys in Gym Leader Challenge, like this Caparaja, which has 190 hit points. Like, how do you deal with that, right? So that's something that is kind of being worked out right now with let's see, what do we got with the dragon deck? Like, what attacker do you use to deal more than 160 damage? We've got the Clang in there. We've got Bronzor, Bronzong. We've got Jirachi. I don't know that I actually need this. I think we'll go with that. But then I don't even want to play this Quick Ball. But that's fine. Yes, we'll go with these guys. Cool. And then what I love about Ball Guy in this deck is that you can level ball for Clang, right? Because Clang has 90 hit points. But you could also heavy ball for Clang, right? And you can heavy ball for Kling Clang too. So that line is very searchable, which is fantastic. Wait, is my Q font prized? I'm such a goon. Yeah. That Q font didn't want to show up to work, did it? Dang it, dude. All right, that's fine. Missed opportunity, but it's okay. Yes, I should not have done that, but it's all good. Okay. Should have totally got that. I was like, I didn't prize anybody, right? Yeah, just the best guy in your deck you prized. Okay, it's fine. We'll find that later. We'll quick ball away the Guzman Hala. And we're going to go get Bronzor. And then I've got heavy ball for next turn. We can go temporal backflow. And I could go get Ball Guy again. To go get the Hisuian heavy ball because I messed that up. That just seems wholly irresponsible. No, we're just going to draw cards with Tate Lines. So that's fine. Yo, what's up, Otto? How you doing? Kaparaja is that boy for sure. Look at him. He's such a nice elephant. Such a nice fella. He's huge. Yoshi's got Gabite, which can use its Dragon Call attack. So my Dialga might not make it through the turn because Guzma and Hala can go get the whole combo. It can go get the Gapejaw Bog, the Double Dragon energy. I mean, it can go get all of those things that you want in order to launch a big attack with the Dragon deck. But fortunately, I've got a solid attack queued up for next turn with the Heatran. We can just evolve into Kling Clang, promote Heatran, and we're going to start slugging away with Iron Hammer. So that feels very good. We've got the Heavy Ball in our hand as well, so that's we can go get that Kling Clang. Now, I didn't check very carefully to see that the Fire Energy was in my deck, so hopefully the basic Fire Energy is in the deck. That would be good. If the basic Fire Energy is not in the deck, then I'm having a bad time. We kind of goofed that up if that's the case, but I'm sure it's in there. They got the Silent Lab fighting Fury Belt. That's fine. So they could go in with Ultra Necrozma, if that's maybe who they're trying to go with. Judging by the Silent Lab, Ultra Necrozma might be the choice. Yes, there it is. Does 170 damage. I said 160 is the magic number in the Dragon deck, but this guy does 170. Still very close to 160, right? They pretty much all do. They all do about that much damage. Even Ultra Necrozma. And then with the Silent Lab, Yoshi can turn off the Ultra Burst ability, which makes it so that the Ultra Necrozma cannot attack back-to-back, or cannot attack unless I have 2 or fewer prize cards remaining. But with the Silent Lab, that ability is turned off, and the Ultra Necrozma is free to take the knockout. Fortunately, Ultra Necrozma kind of squishy for a dragon. It's only got 110 hit points. So with that Fighting Fury Belt, we could still take the knockouts with our Heatran. We're chilling. Heavy Ball can get us Kling Clang. Is the basic fire in the deck? Thank goodness it is. All right, we're chilling then. We go Kling Clang, triple gears. Yes, sir. And we want to go get these. And then we could Guzma and Hala this turn if the Guzma and Hala is in deck. Or did I discard Guzma and Hala? I did, didn't I? No Guzma and Hala then. We're just going to go and draw some cards. So these guys all go onto the Heatran, and then we Tate and Liza to shuffle draw 5. And that's pretty good outcome. We've got Evo Soda, which we can use to get Bronzong going. We can Metal Links to our Kling Klang. Can attach to Kling Klang and parallel. And then we've got Iron Hammer for knockouts. Now, I do have to worry about the Garchomp coming up now. I was not able to find a tool card to help with survivability at all. So this Heatran, even though it's huge and has a 140 hit points as a basic, which is like I said, is over that 130 magic number, which is really good. It still can get one hit KO'd by all of the dragon guys, who pretty much all do 160 damage. So if Yoshi's able to find a fighting energy, he can use the Dragon Call ability to go get Garchomp. Garchomp has the Sonic Slip ability, which makes it invincible for a turn when it is evolved into play. That's going to be a little bit tough for me because I don't have a very big board right now, as you can see. So having to give up 2 Pokemon on this board is not great. In fact, I might just get completely punished by my decision to not get that Hisuian Heavy Ball off my prizes earlier in the game, which was completely nonsense. I should not have ever done that. So, because now I'm stuck without my elephant, and the Caparaja is the guy who could do 220 damage. But that's okay. We can make this work. Definitely. There's the Garchomp. It's got the Sonic Slip, so I'm going to need to kind of sacrifice something this next turn. Because it's doing 160. It's taking this knockout. I really wish that we were able to find a tool for the Heatran and put it out of range, but we did not, so that's fine. Ultra Necrozma coming back. Gape Jaw Bog, they can put a damage counter on it, right, which could proc Drampa later in the game. We've got Counter Energy and Teammates, and there's Druddigon too. So we've got a pretty solid hand. I don't necessarily want to, well, yeah, I probably preserve the Bronzong, and I probably Teammates for, I know what I'm doing. Okay, we've got a fine plan. Let's go here, and we're going to Teammates for the Hisuian Heavy Ball, because I'm going to stop being bad, and we're going to get Metal Goggles, which is fine. Gonna go Hisuian Heavy Ball for the Q fonts, and we're gonna put the Q font down, and then we're gonna Metal Links to the Q fonts, and Metal Goggles here. Metal Energy. And yeah, you're invincible. It's fine. Okay, pass. So we do that. We say, all right. Hopefully you don't have a Field Blower to remove this, and the Kling Klang can live through a turn. Since it has 160 hit points, you only do 160 damage. They do have Evolution Incense though, so they can just go get the Dragonites, which is now going to allow them to. Oh no! This is quickly unraveling. This is all because of my misplay to not set up that Q font early on. Like that, it is like you can point the whole direction of the game, because now they're going to gust up the Q font, right? And now I'm stuck in this situation where I have to 2-hit KO the Garchomp for no reason. So you could see how the whole game is unwinding because of my early misplay, not getting that Q font out. I just thought it was in the deck, but it wasn't. I wasn't careful enough. I didn't check. Didn't play the Hisuian Heavy Ball. And now we're here. So, I can still win. But my life is a lot harder, and that Dragonite being online is incredibly annoying. I need to... Yeah, Yoshi's got pretty much the whole deck in his hands at this point. Well, he is running low on resources a little bit, so that plays to my advantage. We've got Cynthia and Caitlyn. Is there any supporter in my discard pile that I actually want? No, so that's fine. Yeah, and they're, getting rid of things with the Garchomp. I got 3 prizes left to take. I'm okay. I could do this. I don't actually think I will play the Crystal Cave, because if they use it, then they can't use... That's fine, actually. And we're going to Colress. We actually find literally nothing, which is kind of sick. So I can't even start building anybody up. I need to find a rod. Some form of, recovery now. Or a basic search. Something. Okay. I guess I have to Metal Links to myself. Okay. Attach here. And then we'll Power Beam. So the thought is now I could theoretically Mallow and Lana into Bronzong and take a knockout with Bronzong, I guess. Yoshi's only got 10 cards left in deck, so we're going to try and make it as difficult as possible for him to take these final KOs. I'm pretty much going to need to get Caparaja out, though. Yoshi does not have unlimited resources. Even though he's got fast call up, he's got a lot of stuff down. I think, what did he get? Raihan? Silene is in the discard pile. That's good. Versus Seeker being in the discard pile is very good. Guzma in the discard pile. Boss's Orders in the discard pile. Double Dragon and Special Charge are both in the discard pile. Oh, it was Gladian. That was the card that I saw. So there's a lot. Unless Yoshi has Lusamine, he might just run out of cards. And every time at this point he uses Dragon Blade, he is really, thinning his deck. I mean, this 6 cards discarded from the top of your deck in Gym Leader Challenge format is, no joke. Because they're all singleton cards. So you could definitely run out of steam, which is what I'm going to try and force. Dragon Blade, 2 more cards off the top. Parallel and Hex, that's good. We get Juniper off the top. So let's just do this. And we'll tag call for Mallow and Lana. And I'm going to Metal Links to my Bronzong. And I'm going to Mallow and Lana. Discarding Rare Candy and Evolution Incense into the Bronzong. And then I think I just retreat. Yeah, and we take the knockout with Kling Clang. It's fine. And then we Power Beam. So now they still shouldn't have anything that can really deal with the Kling Clang. And we find Lana's Fishing Rod, which is quite good for us, because we can put one of these dudes, the Q font, back into the deck, which is exactly what I want, right? So that's good. And we got to keep the Bronzong. Yoshi should be running out of resources. And we could just tank with this Kling Clang all the way home. I think we're going to be able to run it with this Kling Clang. I'm feeling good. That Mallow and Lana play really kind of shored this one up, I think. I don't think that Yoshi plays Field Blower. But I guess if they Field Blower, knock out the Kling Klang, then I am bodied. But I bet you Yoshi doesn't play Field Blower. I bet. Yeah, Field Blower's not down, but all the Gus cards are down. And like a ton of energy. I think I'm just going to deck out. I think I'm going to deck them out. They've only got 6 cards left in deck. They got Raihan. Okay, so if the Field Blower is in deck, then I'm in a bad spot for sure. They pretty much need to play. I mean, they like have to have. This is why like you kind of need Lusamine in the Dragon deck, I think. All right, so we've got Drudagon. They've got Zygarde, which, you know, at the end of the game can do some stuff. But they're taking a long time to decide on this Raihan. And this is like, with Versus Seeker and Silene down, I'm thinking that they're kind of out of their recovery options, too. Now, my out, if they do have Field Blower and knock out the Kling Klang, my out would be to... They don't have it. Okay. My out would be to Lana's Fishing Rod, Juniper, and just, like, hope for the best. We didn't top deck a basic or any way to search a basic, unfortunately. So... I could just Mallow and Lana the Kling Klang again, which I'm kind of thinking about doing. And then serving up the Bronzong and kind of just saying, like, all right, go ahead. Which honestly doesn't feel like the worst thing. Alternatively, I rod back in the Elephant and Juniper, take this knockout, go to 3, but then I give Yoshi... Yeah, we probably should just take this knockout, huh? Force Yoshi to attack. I mean, I think Yoshi's like out of steam, so I think I'm going to go for it. We're going to put the Q font back in, and because keeping the Bronzong is like really good. And I think I'm just going to Juniper. And yeah, we kind of had to be a little bit more proactive there, I think, and actually make a play happen. We'll Metal Links to the Jirachi so it can retreat. Bench that. And Power Beam, which is fine. We've got Caparaja in deck. We find Rescue Stretcher 2, which is quite good. And we definitely wanted to keep the Bronzong going because I've got a lot of energy in my discard pile, so I'm going to want those energies back over the course of the next couple turns. There's only 4 cards left in Yoshi's deck. And you saw he failed the fast call, right? It's like everything is gone. That's what'll happen if you attack with Dragon Blade 3 times. And it has to just be a pass. I'm going to bring up this guy. Metal Links to the Q font. Crystal Cave. And Power Beam. And then we take the lead. So maybe they have counter energy that they're kind of waiting on. It's definitely a possibility. My counter energy is no longer activated now that I've taken the lead. But yeah, there's the counter energy. They can just attack with Ultra Necrozma, take the knockout. I don't actually have the return KO in my hand, so this is going to be interesting. But then Yoshi, that's a counter energy, so now it doesn't work. We've got shield energy and need to find my Caparaja. So let's go Dreamy Revelation. We don't find Caparaja, but I do find Cabalion, who can do it. All right. You can do it. Metal Links. And this is why the Cabalion's here. And there we go. Retreat. I can Lucamine. I'm going to Lucamine for... See, is Guzman in the discard pile? No. We want just Juniper. Yep, those two. Okay. Cool. And we will Revenge Blast for our 150 damage, and I think that's it. GG's to Yoshi. That was a real grindy one, but I'd expect nothing less out of the metal deck. GG's. Cool. All right, we got next. We had Wheat, Pokemon, Robbie. Robbie's up. Yo, Robbie, what's your screen name? Robbie DD. Let's go, Robbie. Definitely. Yeah, Yoshi definitely had a tough time with those Dragon Blade discards. Just ran out of gas. Yeah, that's tough for sure. I think if you had a Field Blower or if you play Lucamine, I think you could win that. Yeah, good luck, Robbie. Good luck. Looks like Robbie is playing Psychic. I understand. I don't have Field Blower in this deck. It's a little bit greedy, but that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with being a little bit greedy. Dang, my opening hands have all been pretty hot. I'm playing against Robbie's Psychic deck. We've got a nice looking opening hand. Turn 1 Clink. Metal Energy onto Magearna. We can overhaul to help set up. Love it. And we'll pass. Now, the Psychic decks, sometimes can go for early hand disruption with cards like Marshadow with its Let Loose ability, which can set you to 4 cards. But we've got some protection in case of that with Magearna, who can easily fill our hand back up to 6 with Overhaul. Love that. And the Kling Clang has been a vital part of our wins today. That card has just been unbelievable in the metal deck. So I think I might need to start running Town Map. Yeah, might need to do that. Hey, don't do this. This is mean. Do not. All right, Evolution Jammer. Real mature, Robbie. Real mature. They got the turn 1 Evolution Jammer, so I cannot play any cards from my hand to evolve my Pokemon. But boy, do I have a workaround for you. I can Evo Soda. And we can Evo Soda into Caparaja. And I'll attach the Metal Frying Pan, and we're going to overhaul. And with... Man, just imagine... All right, if I wasn't getting Evolution Jammered, this is Rare Candy, Kling Klang, Muscular Nose, and we're smacking. But unfortunately, I am getting Evo Jammered, which means that I cannot play any evolutions from my hand to evolve my Pokemon. So we're going to have to wait until that nonsense stops. Wind-Up Cannon can threaten the Banette, though. The Banette's only doing 20 damage a turn, and I could just attach an energy and start smacking with the Magearna. So that's kind of nice. I do like that. And cards like Crystal Cave are really good against spread decks. If this is a spread-oriented deck, it might just be a Psychic deck that doesn't emphasize spread, though. I think judging by, Dragapult, the Gardevoir, this guy isn't really put 5 damage counters. We'll see. Cresselia, that's a cool guy. Love that. Photon Laser, if you have 5 energy in play, it does 120. That's pretty cool. And Evolution Jammer to continue to disrupt my strategy, my strategizing. We don't have anything over here. Some kind of ugly prizes with Malamilana and Guzma prized, but that's okay. And I think we just knock out. Yeah, we just literally, let's level ball. Let's go get Bronzor. Not Bronzor. Let's get Jirachi. And then let's attach here. It's fine. Go get these guys. And I don't have any supporters in my discard pile yet. I actually... Parallel's good, but not yet, because I need to Wind Up Cannon for knockout first. So we're just going to Wind Up Cannon for the knockout so that I can evolve my Pokemon. We get Quick Ball. That's pretty good. Now, next turn, it's time. This is the new Curlia from Silver Tempest with a Refinement ability. Really good for drawing cards. That's great. And helping set up Raihan. If they have the Dragapult in their hand, they can go Rare Candy into Dragapult, and that will be quite annoying. I'm going to need to prey on their downfall for sure, and just hope that they flip tails on the Dragapult flip. I don't have Hex Maniac in this list, but I don't think we need it. Maybe a Hex would be good. I probably ought to play a Hex Maniac in here. But maybe they don't have it. They don't have it. They don't have the Rare Candy. We're chilling. They're just going to U-turn, switch to the bench. That's fine. And we've got a real solid situation going on ourselves. With the Rare Candy Kling Klang in hand. The Rare Candy has been incredible with the Kling Klang. You definitely like the Rare Candy in the metal deck because it just allows you to... It gives you that, that explosive factor where you can just go from, a Clink to +4 energy in play with an attachment from hand and 3 energy from the deck with Kling Klang. You can just... Boom. And that's really good. Whereas if you evolve into... The Rare Candy makes it so that you don't necessarily have to have, Clink and then Clang in play, which is you're really projecting. You're letting your opponent kind of see where you're going. Whereas here, it's they don't know. I could have it, I could not have it. Whereas if I have, Clink then Clang, it's all right, well, the Clink Clang is coming out. Rare Candy keeps them on their toes. Like right now. So, let's do... What's our supporter for turn going to be? We got the rare candy into the Clangarang. We know that. So we're going to do that. We're going to go get 3 Metal Energy out of the deck. I'm going to attach them Copper Raja. Get Big Nose Fella all juiced up. Then we've got... I like the Crystal Cave, so I want to keep that in play. Ball guy. I got any balls? Yeah, I got some balls. We'll do this. Go get all our balls. And then we're going to nest ball for Bronzor. And I'll retreat into Copper Raja. And I guess this is like a little bit silly of me to be going in with Copper Raja when I don't have a great way to heal it, but yeah, I should have thought about that. It's cool. We're totally ripping the Mallow and Lana off the prizes. Straight up. Right here. Straight up. Yep. 100%. Every time, Mallow and Lana off the prizes. So Muscular Nose. And we just have to find the Mallow and Lana right here. It's Guzma's cool. All right. I'll actually take that. Because it's a switch card. So if the Copper Raja takes a hit, I can Crystal Cave it. And then I can switch it to the bench and allow it to kind of get all ready for a future turn. So I like that. That's great. They've got their Dragapults with Pot's Helmet. That is going to be annoying to knock out, isn't it? And Let Loose. Oh, here is the Let Loose. That's fine. It's not great. It's fine. Let Loose into Erica's Hospitality. That is a huge draw turn for them. And the Stadium counter is quite good. Huh. Yeah, I was thinking maybe it was not correct to go in Copper Raja here. It might have been correct to go in with like... I didn't have a... It could have been correct to go in with like maybe just Dialga or something. And then save the Copper Raja for this 50-50 shot at taking out the Dragapult, because now I'm kind of stuck unless I can top deck Guzma or Tate and Liza or something. Definitely want to get the Crystal Cave back. Huh. I could retreat the Copper Raja. That feels terrible. Don't want to necessarily do that. Thank you, Devo, for the 12 months. Happy 1 year. Thank you. Now, this guy's only doing 120 damage. 120 damage, 90 damage after the... And they're going to soften up the Bronzor. 90 damage after the... Oh, we got Tate and Liza. Wow. Tate and Liza, huh? Okay. But does that really do anything? It switches my guy to the bench. But I don't think it really helps. Whereas, like, just drawing more cards is better. Counter energy here. Colors. So again, I'll dig drain. That's fine. Because I want to get the Bronzong so it doesn't get, like, smacked, right? And then I'm really wanting to find Lusamine. Metal Links and start powering up. Who do I want? The Kling Klang is fine. And then let's go for Dig Drain. Okay, that's fine. If you're going to flip a heads anywhere, might as well flip heads there. And then we can make it difficult for them to knock out this Caparage. We have to have a game plan like after the Caparage goes down. Because the Caparage is kind of going down. So we have to like build up a board that can deal with this Dragapult and then whatever we see coming next. So the Giratina, that's not bad. 130, it's fine. We're not really terribly concerned about that. It's this Dragapult with the pot helmets that needs dealt with. And the best way to deal with that from our deck's perspective is with the Caparaja. But the Caparaja can't use Muscular Nose unless it has less than 8 damage counters on it. So that was the issue with bringing it up a little early. It kind of seemed like it was the attacker for the time, but, you know, now realizing that it's like kind of on the back foot getting hit and having prized by Mallow and Lana. Mallow and Lana is like how you keep the Caparaja going. I could see playing another card like a Cook in here, or a Pokemon Center Lady, right? Pokemon Center Lady would kind of be nuts. Because then it basically gives you like another Mallow and Lana. Or Cook. Cook does just 70 from the active. Cook would be pretty insane. All right, I got the Field Blower, but I'm fine with the Field Blower coming out now because I got more tools in the deck, bro. Like, that's fine. And they're going to take a knockout. Actually, thank goodness. Get this thing out of here. And that's fine. I don't feel like dealing with the Dragapult right now, so I'm okay with that. We've got Lusamine. This is all good stuff. So we can promote Magearna. Right? And then I can Metal Lynx to the Kling Klang. And we want to go get Lusamine for Crystal Cave and Colress. Put the Crystal Cave out. We want to keep our Bronzong from ever getting knocked out. Retreat into the Clangarang, and that's cool. We'll Power Beam, take the knockout. And then we're feeling pretty good about that. With the Crystal Cave, we find our Mallow and Lana too. That's what we want. Now, I still don't have a great answer to the Dragapult, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's fine. I need to get an attacker who can deal with this. I've got only 3 prizes left to take. I cannot afford to 2-hit KO this Dragapult, though. Like, that pot helmet is pretty gnarly. Because it basically means that if I'm going for a 1-hit KO, it's got to be Caparaja. So we might want to just Colress again and attempt to swing into the Dragapult and save the Mallow and Lana for later. I think that could be fine. Maybe try to find a Rescue Stretcher or a Rod to put the Caparaja back into the deck. That seems cool. We also have Dialga. I mean, Dialga can theoretically do 180 damage. But in order to do 180 damage, I'm pretty sure this dude needs literally 6 energy on him. Which is not like the easiest amount of energy to get onto Dialga. But it is possible. It can be done. So we're going to think about that. Oh, Mallow and Lana, the Kling Klang. I mean, I could just go for swinging with the Kling Klang. Like, Mallow and Lana, they got Lusamine. Okay, so they're going to get their Stadium back and then counter mine, which is very annoying. We both have Lusamine. So that's okay. And I'm looking like I'm going to get into 3. So I definitely want to Colress and just kind of like get a big hand and see if I can't set up as many Pokemon and get as many energy into play as I can. Which is fine. It has been their Blacephalon turn for a long time, but they have not gotten the Blacephalon out, so that's okay. Because Dragapult is just better than Blacephalon, so you might as well have that dude going. We get Juniper off the top. Now, if I Mallow and Lana, it's just literally I undo the attack. But I know that they're going to end me. I don't mind. That's fine. I know I'm going to get end. So, and but I don't necessarily want to thin any of these cards. And I can thin the Ultra Ball and that's fine. If I Mallow and Lana. And we can just start. All right, let's do this. Let's Metal Links to Dialga and Mallow and Lana, discarding N and Ultra Ball into the Dialga. And then we'll Temporal Backflow and go get we want good cards, like Crystal Cave. It's fine. We'll just put that back into the deck. And I know I'm probably going to get into 3. So my thought process was, I know I'm getting into 3, right? I know I'm going to get into 3. So I want to keep Colress, Cynthia, Juniper, and Tate and Liza in my deck so that I have as strongest draw potential as possible off of the end of 3. I'm going to sack this prize, but that's fine because it gives the Kling Klang a little bit more survivability. And the Kling Klang is like my main attacker right now. So we want to keep the Kling Klang like kind of alive and well if we can. So I thin the dead cards out of my hand before I get end of 3, giving me a stronger possibility of being able to draw out of the end of 3. Sure enough, we find Cynthia and Caitlyn, which is a pretty good draw card for the situation. I can promote the Jirachi. We really want to find the Cynthia or the Crystal Cave that I put back into the deck. Can do this. We find Guzma. It's not exactly what we want to do, but I think we'll Dreamy Rev. We find Teammates, which is exactly what we want. So I can Teammates, and we can go get Rescue Stretcher. We'll get Rescue Stretcher, and because I want to put the guy back into the deck. So maybe I want to get Rescue Stretcher and Quick Ball is fine. So we're going to do that. We're going to Quick Ball away Cabalion. Dang it, I jacked this up. No, this is terrible. All right. I meant to Rescue Stretcher and then Quick Ball. Ugh. That's my bad. All right, I've got Fire Energy in the deck. What about Aurora Energy? Anyways, looks like I'm getting Heat Drain. That's fine. And then I'll Rescue Stretcher. Put a Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand, or just shuffle 3. I think I'll just shuffle 3. Yeah, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. These guys, actually. It's fine. I meant to Quick Ball for the... Yeah, it's my bad. I'm going to Metal Links to the Magearna and retreat into Magearna and Overhaul. Actually get my hand back up. And then that's good. We find a pretty good hand there. So now we've got Versus Seeker, and I can kind of start going to work again. I've got Bridget. I can go get my elephant. They got boss, so he get a boss. It's going to be Kling Klang. They're going to knock out my only attacker. Okay, so they're going to go to 3 prizes and tie it up. So we can still do this for sure. We just need to be careful. We've got the Crystal Cave, so we can start healing our guys, take away all this residual damage. And I am going to need this Dragapult to flip tail. When I go for the Dragapult, I need it to flip tails, for sure. Got Mallow and Lana. It's fine. 3 more damage to the Bronzong. I'm going to promote Magearna, I think. We'll promote Raji. They've only got 3 cards left in deck. That's true. So we do need to consider that. Got Crystal Cave. Gonna do that. And I've got Bridget, which will get Q font. And then Dreamy Revelation. And we'll get probably the Colress is fine to have. Okay, we're going to Metal Links onto the Q font. Attach here. And pass. Seems fine. And then we know we got Crystal Cave, so we got the Dimension Valley. They have Guzma. They're going to take out my Q font. All right. They're going to go to 2 prizes remaining. They've got Old Cemetery as well. It's not good. It's not good. We are definitely in a terrible spot because of that Gust. But they've only got 2 cards left in deck. Can I stall them? Is it possible to not get knocked out? It is possible. Lana's Fishing Rod. Put back in the Q font and the Metal Frying Pan. We get rid of that. And then bench that. Colress. Actually, the Bronzong going down is pretty terrible, and I don't find my Q font again. So, am I out of it? No. The Cabalion's in the discard pile still. Huh. What can I do? Is Mallow and Lana in the discard pile? Yeah. Ugh. Man. That turn was really tough. They've only got 2 prizes left. I needed to not... I think I needed to Lucamine this last turn. Okay, we're going to Metal Links to Dialga. Do that. Put the Metal Core Barrier here. And pass. I don't think that I can win. I know. GG's, Robbie. Yeah, they just have it. 1 card left in deck. Oh, I definitely feel like I just kind of played myself into a hole here. But they definitely did just have... they kind of had my number there with the Dragapult. That was a good game for sure. Dang. Tough one. Tough one. I needed to be able... I think I can boil that whole game down to I needed to not go in with the Dragapult. I needed to not go in with the Copperajah on the turn that I went in with the Copperajah. Yeah, I needed to go in with anybody else, I think. That would have put me in a better spot there. Yo, GG's, Robbie, for sure. GG's. All right. I told myself I was going to do a quick stream today, so I actually have to get going. I got a lot of work I have to do. But I thank you guys very much for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying Scarlet and Violet. The metal deck is a ton of fun, so hopefully you enjoyed some games there watching that. Everybody have fun with your Scarlet and Violet adventures this weekend. All right? And I'll catch you back on Monday to talk about all your favorite Scarlet and Violet Pokemon I haven't really gotten to play yet. So y'all take it easy and have a most busted day. Thanks for hanging out. Let's go raid somebody. Let's see, we got Amy's playing Scarlet and Violet. Perfect. Go join Amy with her Scarlet and Violet adventure. See what kind of busted Pokemon they got going on over there. See ya.